Hey guys, welcome back to the Power Half Hour, episode 143, and we have a very special guest, a return guest, Tara Nobla, our mindset coach from Saskatoon,
Yeah,
Saskatchewan. But of
you
course,
bet.
there's no boundaries when we are on Riverside. Welcome, Tara. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good, good. So
Excellent.
today Tara reached out to me and, we really want to dive a little bit deeper into the mindset of a real estate agent and what it really takes to have a great mindset to navigate through this uncertain, market and, rocky, murky waters that we have in the last 3 years in real estate. Okay, so what do you think? Now, let's just start off. First of all, what would you like to say to the audience right now?
I want to go a little bit deeper, more subconscious with it today. That's kind of the way I'm feeling drawn to,
Perfect.
because we so for the majority of our life we've been taught to force behavior change. You know what I mean? And even if you look at prospecting, so important in your business, you're going to have to talk to people, right? You can't just eliminate the action.
Mm-hmm.
But we have kind of this subconscious thoughts programming going on that affect how our actions come out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And its mindset is kind of our when we pay attention or we become aware of our thoughts and beliefs and habits, all of them, you can see the difference, you know? That's just to put it simple. Okay, I'm going to make 5 phone calls today or 50 phone calls, depending how aggressive you are. What are your thoughts about yourself and your abilities and your assumed results, the assumed response of the person when you're on that phone call? You know, do you honestly believe when nobody else is looking that you are a fantastic agent, that you are the best choice for these people, that I don't care what's going on in the market, I'm in control of my results, I'm in control of my business? Making the 5 phone calls with that belief system rather than, oh, I'm interrupting them, the market is awful. It affects your
Mm,
results,
right.
you know? Or if you've heard some of the mindset coaches saying it's not what you're doing things a certain way. You
Yeah.
always need the action, but how you're doing it is setting your mind, taking control of your thoughts,
Mm.
choosing how you want to feel, how you want to think when you take that action. It's just so much more efficient and so much more enjoyable.
So so we always call it the pre-prospecting routine, okay? And
Yep.
before we get on the phone, we want to do some affirmations. We want to program our mind. We want to set an
Yep.
intention of, doing 40 contacts and then setting one appointment and going on one listing appointment today.
Yep.
So what what does an agent have to do to program their minds to tap into their subconscious,
Yep.
which is what you want to talk about, and then have a great result for their prospecting session?
Yeah. So affirmations, yeah, absolutely. Our beliefs got in there through repetition. So
Hmm.
they get replaced through repetition. That's why
Gotcha.
affirmations work. Why they don't work for most people is because they give up before they believe that it's true for them.
Ah, say that
Keep
again.
going.
Say
They
that
give
again.
up before they believe that it's true for them.
They give up. Agents give up doing affirmations before they
They
believe
believe,
it works for them.
yes, the specific affirmation. So like say I'm an exceptional realtor.
Mm,
I can say that to myself for 6 months. If I don't believe it, that it's true specifically for me, you don't get the same reaction. It doesn't actually affect your actions. You have to be open minded enough to go, okay, it sounds a little silly to just keep repeating this, but I'm going to keep doing it and I'm going to keep doing it. If you get proof from other people doing this and you see, oh, how did you do that? Oh, I repeated affirmations and it worked for them. If it can work for them, it worked for you. Where most people get stuck is they do it a couple of times. They don't actually believe it's true to them. That's why it's not working. That's the disconnect. You
it
have to believe it's true to you.
so how do you become open though? Because that's the gap right there between I do it a couple times and then I'm going to do it forever. And this time right here is when people say, "Fuck it."
Yeah, this is stupid. It's fluffy. I'm not doing it. It's
Yeah,
not worth my time. I
yeah.
don't need to do this because it's not going to work anyway. I'll just
How
stop.
do you remain receptive and open to what that suggestion will do for you?
So if you're doing it on your own, it's hard because it sounds like old Tara called this fluffy, I'll say BS for years. It can't work this way. It doesn't work this way. So if I'm convinced that I can't just change my thoughts like that subconsciously in the real estate category, cool, look at another part of your life. Can you believe that you can make changes in a different category that are a little easier to buy into because you need that belief that it works for you? Or find an example of somebody else. If they can do it, you can do it because it's a universal law. You just don't believe you can yet, right? You can
Yeah.
look at the success of a top producing realtor and it's like, I want that. But do you believe that you can have it, that you deserve it, that you are that person? That's the disconnect. Oh, it's good for them, but just I can't. Not for
Hmm.
me, you know?
So, I mean, how many times do you need validation to see other people doing it to have you believe in yourself? Because
It
they
de-
can do it. I don't know if I can.
so it's different for every person, different for every belief.
Hmm.
But the belief is that repetition got it in, repetition gets it out.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I might have heard it 10,000 times, so I'm going to need 10,001 to rewire it, but
Mm.
don't stop until it's true. And you feel it when it changes for you, you know, because you go, I'm confident, I'm not confident,
Yeah,
I'm not,
right.
you know, and then eventually you're like, oh, I am confident. I am confident. And then you're like, I am confident. Like, you know, when it's your truth. And then it's like you've absorbed that one. Okay, go pick a couple more, but we're saying the things and we're not internalizing it, you know, and
Yeah,
it
big time.
affects.
I just sat down with an agent. He's actually the number two agent for volume in all of EXP Canada. JP is his name, JP Villanueva. And if you're on Facebook watching this right now, JP, I'm talking about you, bro. He said to me, you know what? I use your affirmations on a daily basis. The guy's already
Good.
doing 80 transactions in a year
Yeah.
and $100 million in volume as a solo agent. He says,
Hmm.
you know what I say to myself every day? I'm an action taker.
There you go.
And he's like, I actually believe it now.
Yes.
And I take actions all the time. I'm like, thank you for listening.
And thank you for doing it and internalizing it because it's
Exactly.
guaranteed results, right? It is guaranteed
So
results.
it works, but majority of the people give up way too early. And why?
Maybe they think it's fluffy, but it's usually it's a subconscious belief. It's in there. And it's like some if you don't stop to reflect and go, what do I actually think? You know, let's say I'm a brand new realtor and I'm
Mhm.
making phone calls and people are responding and I'm interrupting their day and whatnot.
Yeah.
What am I saying to myself about that? You know, oh, I'm a newbie, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm interrupting them, it's not going to be good. What if I drop the ball? That's not helping me, that's hurting me. So
Mm.
if I notice myself doing that, that gives me an opportunity to go, oh, what would I rather believe? I'll start repeating that. But when we're not aware of what's actually playing inside, we can't change it. And we're not taught
Yeah.
to do that.
How
But
do
you,
you how do you think that relates to affirming and reading your goals on a daily basis with regards to like how does that relate to the affirmations and then actually taking the actions? How important is it I'll show you. This is what I look at every single day. I know what
yeah,
I want to achieve.
yeah,
I literally know, like, guys, like 400 transactions is my goal, and
yeah,
I'm doing it for my family, doing it
yeah,
for myself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I look at it. How important do you think that is to have your goals in front of you?
I think, well, it needs to be at the front of your mind, and a vision board is one of the ways you can do it. And one of the ways you are using it effectively is you're looking at it every day. You didn't make it and stick it in the corner. Then it's got no value. Because are you spending time focused on it every day? It's beautifully laid out, it's right in front of you. Yes, you're doing it effectively. And now I see my goals as a compass. If that's what I want, it
Hmm.
helps me make decisions today to line me up to get there. So you've
Um,
got to have the goal and it's got to be for you. And I think some people, like, this is what I did my whole life. Somebody goes, oh, you should win an award. And I go, oh, okay, that sounds good. I'll make that my goal. Oh, you should increase your business by 10%. Oh, okay, that's good. And I'd so quickly talk myself out of it without realizing it with my beliefs because I'm like, oh man, if I go for that award, I'm going to sacrifice time with my kids and then my family's going to fall apart and oh, that's double the transactions. I don't have systems for that, so I better just not do it. And you do these thought patterns without realizing it and talk yourself out of it when really it's like it's okay if you've got a very specific goal and it's in front of you every day and you're spending time there visualizing it is very powerful.
mm,
Visualize that you've already got it. That helps you make different types of decisions today. Like, am I going to prioritize picking up that phone? How am I going to set my mind before I make that call? I don't want my thoughts to be out of control now. I want them all working effectively for me to improve my life, to make me more powerful, to have confidence while I'm learning the new skill set. So I think it's important to have both because affirmations for me is going, okay, here's my what I actually believe to be true for myself, but there's the truth and there's my truths, you know? And if I can see a difference, which to me is an example in somebody else, that tells me, oh, that's my truth. Now I can change it. You know, if there's, if I see an example of an agent doing 200 deals a year, that now tells me, oh, that's an option for me too. If I believe that it's an option for me, let's start there.
Mm.
So those examples help me go, oh, I'd like that. I don't know if I can do it. Wait, they did it. Me too. Okay, now I just have to change my thoughts to know that I can do it too. Then the action is so much easier. Like I have to believe that that person who already reached my goal and the visualization, having it right in front of my desk, slowly convinces me that yes, this is possible. It goes from overwhelming and unachievable to, yeah, maybe I could do it, to like, this is just normal for me. It's totally
Mm.
reasonable. Of course I can do it. And watch your confidence grow. So
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
two of them are a powerhouse together. The affirmations are like specifically choosing your thoughts and how you want to feel going into the action. And the
Right.
visualization, the goal, visiting it every day, whether it's looking at your board, whether it's visualizing, you know, you can close your eyes and feel it, you know, use the feminine part of it. It's the feeling of the goal achieved. That's why we want it, you know. Use both. It's the action and it's the energetics of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the affirmations, choose your thoughts consciously and
Mm-hmm.
keep going until they're true for you. And the goal is the compass. It helps you make decisions. How do I spend my time? How do I approach things? How do I walk? How do I act? How do I present myself? The two are powerful together.
Yeah, I would say that based on what I've seen in agents is that the action is the most important. The visualization is great, the affirmations are great, but the action that you put in, if you combine all those, you're unstoppable. But a
Yeah.
lot of times we do as agents very little of visualizing, very little of affirming, and
Yeah.
then we take very little action. Well, we do none of it
Yeah.
because you don't do those mindset things. So I think they go hand in hand. But if you
You
do
need both.
both, it's because of the law of attraction you need to
Hmm.
work on, and then you have the law of action. But if you
Well, and
combine them both, that's success.
there is action in attraction. You know,
Mm.
I can't sit here and go, oh, this would be a beautiful goal. It feels amazing. And then I have this idea of action to take and I go, no, I'm not going to do that. It's just going to come to me. No, the feminine, like I've started calling it the masculine and the feminine. It's
Mm.
a balance of both. You know, you can achieve goals purely in masculine. And that is like track the numbers, grind it out,
Yeah,
go,
grind it out. Yeah.
push, you know. Yes, people can have success and reach their goals that way. But generally, it requires a lot of sacrifice. You're exhausted. You've been beating yourself up along the way. It wasn't any fun. And you may not have a balanced life at the end. So, do you have success? Is that true success? It can be achieved. But if you balance in the other side of it, the feminine, I'll call it, and that's not a man female thing, um, it's a useful, it's a productive task to visualize for 5 minutes before you start those phone calls. So you still have to take the action. You can't just, oh, it's going to happen. No, but you're taking action with this other approach behind it, and it's so much more powerful and so much more efficient. Um, I'm totally convinced your conversion numbers go down. You know, like you won't need to talk to 50 people. You'll talk to 35 because those conversations are different. People are responding to you. They feel your confidence. They feel your
Mm.
excitement. They are responding to you differently.
That's
It's a
perfect.
game changer.
Break down for me then that aspect, the mindset aspect, the visualization aspect,
Yeah.
scientific basis, because people think it's fluff.
Yeah, it's not
So
fluff.
how do you explain it so that people think, this is actually, it's real? People
Yeah,
don't think it's real. I think it's real.
it is real.
So how do you have them understand it scientifically?
Okay, so we use our imaginations all the time.
Yeah.
When we're kids, it was like free flowing, right? And then they're like, no, 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 stop, stop, stop.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you close your eyes and think of something that happened yesterday, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Just think of something. You're
Yeah.
using your imagination right now.
Correct.
And what most people do with their imagination harms them. We think to the past of awful things and we relive that in our mind. You know, oh, I got fired, this happened, I had a fight with my spouse, and you're rehashing awful conversations, whatever it is. You're actually using your imagination, but what your
Mm.
body is experiencing is you're reliving that physically.
So
It
you're actually
feels
there. Yeah, it feels like you were
you're repeating
there.
it because your body, you've convinced your body that you are there.
It
So if
is
you want to play with it,
it is said that the mind can't decipher what is truly there and what's imagined because your body
imagined
feels.
imagined vividly
Yeah.
with details and emotions attached to it.
With
It's got to have all that.
imagine vividly with details so
Yeah.
clearly and
Yeah.
with emotions attached to it.
You
That's
need the
when it's
feminine as well.
real.
Yes. That's when it convinces your mind that it's actually happening. Just like you could torture yourself with awful thoughts, you're reliving, like say something terrible happened, I don't know, whatever. I'm not even going to pick an example. When you think it through and you're just like, oh, and then this happened that day, and then this happened, and then this happened, if it's awful, it automatically has feelings attached to it because you lived it. You know how you felt in that moment. So when you do it with visualization, you need to imagine, like look at your vision board. Picture yourself, okay, here's my specific goal. Today I have it, yesterday I didn't. Needs to be specific. Okay, the day that it happens, the day you won the award, the day you won the lottery, I don't care what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Close your eyes and picture it. Okay, I'm living that day right now. What's the first thing I do? I call my spouse and I go, oh my God, do you believe what happened? And you feel that pride of accomplishment and you feel so confident and you feel so free. Live it out. And the more practice time, because we haven't been taught to use our imagination since kids, it's exercise that muscle. It will get more and more vivid. Don't talk yourself out of it like you can't. You can. You just have to exercise. Then the more you do it, the more detail will come and the more beautiful and convincing it'll be to your brain. Then you start to believe that that's real for you. That's really an option. It is specifically waiting for me. It's not something for somebody else, but not me. No, no, this is for me. And you just keep practicing and get more emotional ties because when you spend 5 minutes in that visualization, like for me, when I visualize my goal achieved, I'm so proud of myself. And I'm just like, man, I'm so glad I believed in me. I have so much confidence. This is perfect for me. Like, I've got no doubt in my mind anymore. Like, I'm really good at what I'm doing. I'm changing the world. I'm helping people. This is gonna, like, it's already amazing. I feel the feelings today. That's what we're looking for. So we can use it for the negative. We can use it for the positive. It always works for everybody every time. Just how are we using it?
Yeah, yeah. And we visualize, I think, when we worry,
Yep.
that's when we're negatively visualizing. How do we get rid of that on a daily basis? And stop worrying and start living your life. How would you do that?
I go a little deeper.
Okay.
Like I just call it subconscious thinking, or some people call it shadow work. But rather than staying in the surface of my head, running by my senses, if I'm really worried about something, it's like, why am I worried about this? Is it do I really want to worry about this? How does worrying about this make me feel today? Do I want to spend an hour of today, which is all that I have, worrying about this? How could I flip this around? Because there's beauty or shit or lessons in everything. I get to choose what it means for me. What do I actually want to do with this? No thanks. I
Okay.
always think of like, you don't get rent in my head unless I consciously choose it. And that's how I feel so good because I'm finally in control of my thoughts. I'm not affected by the things around me anymore, which took practice. I used to spend a lot of time in worry, like a lot. I had a call with somebody yesterday and he's like, well, this happened. I'm so sorry. I'm like, I didn't want to worry you about it. And I'm like, dude, I don't worry anymore. Like there isn't a category left in my life where I see any purpose to worry. It doesn't feel good. I don't do it. But it's exercising the muscle to get yourself there. But the changes are your choice. Nobody's trying to change who you are. But if I choose, I want to be an exceptional realtor. I want to be a top producer. I want to be so confident. I want a balanced schedule while I do it. Allow yourself to imagine that. Paint it perfect. And then use the spaced repetition. Use the tools.
What would you have agents engage in to start working on, stop worrying and like start to visualize? Is there a specific program that you would recommend them do?
Well, I coach people on this all the time, so give me a shout.
Okay.
But this is the process I take people through.
Okay.
Most times it's the challenge in the beginning is it's hard to buy into this when you're new to it.
Yeah.
Right? It sounds so fluffy. And it's like, but if you have somebody with you, you will continue to, if it's the right person, they trust you to help them. It's just like hiring any mentor. You're picking that specific person who has done what you want to do.
Right.
Then you've got the right mentor, and you feel it.
You feel it. Yeah. Yep.
But then you have to be coachable and trust that mentor,
That's
right? We've
true.
talked about this before. If you're not coachable, it's a wasted investment.
Mm.
But if you're coachable, you're going, okay, I trust what you're teaching me. I'm going to try it, even if it feels weird, even if it feels uncomfortable, and then you've got this other person going like, I've experienced this myself. I know it's true. I don't need the convincing anymore. Now I'll help you build your belief. you know Sometimes I meet people and they're like, I don't even know what I want. It's like, that's okay. Maybe you've never allowed yourself to explore that. What do you think that you want? Let's start there. you know and you're going to rewire your thoughts to this empowering place where without a shadow of a doubt this is meant for you. You are so capable. You are learning every day, and the external world just doesn't affect you that much anymore. you know
Mm.
like, contrast still happens. We're humans. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Definitely.
but you see the challenges as a learning opportunity. They don't knock you down.
Yeah.
It happens and you go, oh, interesting. I still want to feel good today. Not going to let that knock me off because I'm the boss of my thoughts.
Right.
What can I do with that information? Maybe I need to change this in my business. Maybe nothing. Maybe this is just an example of how not to allow it to affect me.
Yeah.
Whatever. You get to choose, right?
That's fair. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. So, I mean, on a daily basis, without going into a program, what would you recommend agents do to better their mindset on a daily?
Pick a practice
Okay.
and stick to it for like a month or two and see if it feels right to you. That may be, visualize your goal.
Mm.
That is powerful in itself. So visualize it, spend time there every day, use your persistence to make it such a priority, so important that you will spend 5 minutes there a day. Or pick your affirmations. What would I love to believe is true for me?
Mm.
And look to other people for an example. Ooh, that guy's a top producer. I would like that. I am a top producer.
Mm.
Who's really confident? I would like that. I am confident.
Love it.
And just keep repeating it, but don't freaking give up on yourself. Because part of the
Love it.
process too is you don't see it become real for you until after you believe it. So you kind of got to hold the faith and keep doing it, but pick any practice and just start doing it. You need the action that you take is going, this is important to me, this is who I am, I'm doing it.
Perfect. So,
And then the actions will follow.
we just talked about this, like, most people do the mindset work right here,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
they give up too easily, and then it's over. But
Yep.
if you go through the grind right here,
Keep going.
keep going, and then you come out on the other side, you're like, okay, yeah, this is working.
Yes.
But then it doesn't stop, because mindset work is just like taking a shower. We
But
recommend that you do it on a daily basis.
Yeah, because it becomes a part of who you are.
Yeah.
And I see it too, where it's like, I always use the weight loss example. If you wanted to lose weight, what are we taught to do? Go hit the gym and force yourself into do it. That's the solution.
Right.
What I'm talking about is, first I need to convince myself that I am healthy, I am loved, I am worthy. Remove the reasons, clean up the thoughts. Then do you know how much easier it is to take that action? Like,
Yeah.
if I want to lose weight, am I going to need to adjust my movement and my food? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But it can be so much easier if I first convince myself that that's who I truly am, and I believe in myself, and this is going to be incredible, and I love myself through it. So much easier. You have to take the action, but how are you taking the action? How are you setting yourself up?
How are you setting yourself up on a daily basis? So,
Yeah.
guys,
Daily. But like,
daily,
the most
daily.
important thing on your priority, not, oh, I didn't have time today. No, like, this is important, as important. This is an income producing activity in my mind. And it's only
Oh.
5 minutes.
There you go, guys. It's an
It
income
is.
producing activity. What I always say is income producing activities as agents of the Mike Ferry group is lead generation, lead follow up, negotiating contracts, going on appointments. But
Yep.
if you add to it, the income generation activity is actually visualizing your success, doing your affirmations, right?
Do it
And then
first.
do it first. If you just do these two things, they're actually 5 minutes, only 5 minutes a day.
Well, and that could even be like, oh, I pulled up in the car to a listing appointment. I've got this one song that just makes me feel incredible. that is setting that it's like it adjusts your energy. It can boost yourself up. Read those affirmations in the car before you walk in. Read those
Right.
affirmations before you do the prospecting. Set yourself up before you take the action. The action's going to be
Mm.
tenfold.
Yes, yes, yes,
So it is
yes.
income producing.
Yeah, so we have some homework for you guys. Every single day, visualize your success. Visualize and put yourself in that and looking at in your mind's eye so detailed and vividly and with feelings because that's what really drives the attraction. Come out of that, then do your affirmations to program your mind again,
Yep.
and then you go into inspired action.
Yes.
Do those two things in your day and have it be marked as an income generating activity. You're going to win big in 2025. Tara, any last insight for the audience on this mindset topic?
No, I think we covered it.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels
yeah.
good.
Feels good, guys. And how do we reach out to you, Tara, if we want to engage in your mindset coaching? How do we follow you on social media?
I still have my real estate social media accounts everywhere. So you
Yeah.
can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. It's kind of everywhere. Or my email address is taralknobloch@gmail.com. You can just I'm still set up on all platforms. You can find me very easily.
Perfect.
So just reach out, love to help.
All right, Tara Knobloch, guys. This is it's been a long time. I always pronounce it Knobloch.
That's okay. You're lucky I didn't take my married name. It's worse. It is.
Oh boy.
It's like
All
I'm going to
right.
write it in
Well,
the chat and you can try reading it, but we won't do that today.
I love it. So today we cover visualization, affirmations, and really programming your mind before you take inspired action. Don't give up, guys. And go out there and visualize on a daily basis. Work on your mindset so you can do what you do better every single day. Guys, let's make it a great day. We'll see you all on the next episode of Power Half Hour.
Beautiful.
Adios.
See ya.
Bye-bye.